Hey Pisces, this is Hybrid Hipster. Sorry, my video crashed, so I had to restart your video. I did pull your oracle cards, and I was going in on, the details of that. Your three cards are I am kind, I respect the property of others, and I am trustful within my relationship. So basically, I was just explaining about how highly you hold your relationships and your connections with others that you find are true to you and true to your soul. That makes sense. So when you think that you found a person that is within your soul tribe, you tend to hold dearly on to those people because they're very far few and in between to come in contact with someone that you can feel close and loved by and accepted by. I was saying that we were in the past moons, we were in Pisces energy, and then with our overall energy, we were in Capricorn energy. The Capricorn energy, we're going to be more focused on our stability and how we are navigating through our physical realm and how we gain our money, our finances, obtaining where we live, our cars, vehicles, things like that. Things of those nature. Very 3D realm energy. Whereas your energy is more astral. You're more along the lines of being connected with your soul, with your mind, being spiritually guided in a sense. When I say in a sense, I mean Pisces really just work with energy that is almost dreamy in a state, but really it's not. You tend to be respectful of others, be respectful of other people's achievements and all of those other things, but you are kind of living in your own little world to where you build up your achievements and the things that you want to go for in your own way. You don't really follow the status quo, if that makes sense, which it probably will make sense for Pisces, because you guys really don't. You guys will be the ones that get confused with an Aquarius, because people think that, because you have different hair and you carry yourself differently and you have different viewpoints and maybe you don't know so much about one certain thing as much as the next person does. Those are similar characteristics to an Aquarian, but if you were to see a Pisces, you would know a Pisces from a mile away, because you guys are just you, and that's just what it is. Like, you are okay with being you. You don't have a problem with letting people know that you're okay with being you, and if people have a problem with you being you, then they can just figure it out on their own, because it has nothing to do with you personally. And I think that's a really beautiful energy to hold, so I'm going to tap into your reading energy for your readings. The deck I'm going to use for your main cards is going to be the Modern Rich Tarot, and then the clarifier deck is the Manga deck. It's the Mystical Mango Tarot deck. I'm going to start with your present, probably a little bit of past and present energy, because you've already cycled through that probably. Like I said, I'm a little late on these. And then I'm going to go into your future energy. Tap into those. Let's see what we got for your present energy as of now. Oh my. Okay, I'm gonna stop off right there. Bottom of the deck is Page of Sword. Upright. Page of Sword is all about being observing, standing back and watching people, watching things, watching how people say things, watching how people do things, seeing if what they say matches up with what they do. That type of energy. Which is not surprising to me for Pisces, because like I said, Pisces don't really jump headfirst into a relationship. You kind of have to let them gauge you first. That makes sense. They have to gauge you as an individual and as a person, and then they decide whether or not they're going to be friends with you or not. Basically the gist of a Pisces. So you first card out, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. See what that's about. That's all about a feeling of loss, feeling that you lost a battle, feeling that maybe you lost to another person, your reputation is being besmirched, or someone's trying to attack you to make you look like a bad person or a negative person. I have the Nine of Cups along with that. Jesus Lord, what is up with the water signs and the Nine of Cups? You, Pisces, I'm not very surprised by the Nine of Cups being there. Because like I said, you guys dream. This is all about, you know, wishing and trying to manifest a dream that you've been trying to build within your actual outside life. Trying to build this, this, how would I put it? This very ideal surrounding that you would like love to have yourself in, or ideal people you would love to surround yourself with, or just having that one. It could be a relationship too, having a relationship that is beneficial to you, meeting someone who actually understands you and appreciates you for who you are. But with falling and, you know, going through this really hard time of being viewed as someone who is, you know, someone who went around and like really made you look like a bad person, made you look like you weren't a very good person, you weren't on the upstanding, you weren't a trustworthy person. Going through a cycle like that is a very imperative and very important, because it will bring you into that kind of like Nine of Cup kind of energy, to where you do know now what you want. You do know, you know, the type of people you shouldn't be around, or the people who don't have the best interests for you. You can really sift through and pick through all of the extra shit that's around you, basically, that doesn't, is just kind of like background noise that's distracting. And you can actually really laser focus on what you're trying to bring into yourself. But I see here that with that energy, you have the Six of Swords in reverse, the Hermit card in reverse, and then the Queen of Wands in reverse. So there is someone here who has lost passion towards something. It could be that, or it could just be someone you're dealing with who is a very domineering, very manipulative, commanding type of energy. They just really don't let you blossom the way that you want to blossom. They're constantly breathing down your neck. They're constantly telling you how you should do something. They're constantly judging you for how you do things, or how you speak, or how you carry yourself. And the Hermit card in reverse is right next to that. So it's like, it's kind of like you're trying to isolate yourself and kind of put yourself in like a little bubble almost, to try to regain footing again, or regain balance within yourself, because you've been knocked down so much by this individual. Or it could have been just like a whole group of people you were dealing with. They're just very hostile people, just up in arms, like just really high strung almost energy. And I'm not surprised. Like I said, we went through the Scorpio retrograde, and when we went through the Scorpio retrograde, we were dealing with Capricorn energy as well, and that was rough ass energy to cycle through. All about being competitive, all about cutthroat, all about who can get on top first, who can I walk on to get there. Like, and with Pisces, you guys, that energy doesn't sit well with you guys. You don't like that energy. You just believe that everybody should be for themselves. And then also, if you can reach out and help the next person behind you, you should. You should always act from the heart. So you being within that energy, I can completely see why you're trying to kind of pull yourself out of that and isolate yourself from that energy, because it's too much. It's draining to you. It drains the hell out of you. And so I can completely understand why you feel the way that you feel. The Queen of Swords in reverse is here. Again, this is someone who they don't think before they speak. They say very mean, cutting things. They don't think about it when they say it. They don't think about how that's going to affect anyone on an emotional or mental level. They say what they need to say because they feel as though they have the right to. They have the right to speak to someone like that. They don't speak from the emotional, compassionate standpoint. They speak from a place of animosity or anger or jealousy or envy. You know, it's just really crappy behavior. And especially to you, sorry, you saw a shot in my face, Pisces. Probably scared the crap out of you, sorry. With this energy, it's just like, it's really crappy behavior, honestly. It's just, and it's definitely damn sure not sitting well with you, because you got Ten of Cups twice in reverse here, and then the Three of Pentacles here. So it's like you were in a group setting where you had to work with multiple people or be around multiple people and try to be on one cohesive page, but nobody wanted to do it. Everybody just wanted to be out for themselves. Everybody just wanted to think for themselves. And at the end of the day, with that type of energy, no one wins in that situation. Everyone is hurt. Everybody gets hurt. And you see that, but others around you just refuse to look at that. They don't want to see that because they don't want to see their flaws because they're too busy worrying about everything else. There's the Hermit again. Wow. You may have a Virgo around you because that is the that is the Virgo card, Hermit. But I really honestly feel like, especially with the Six of Cups being there in reverse, it's just like you're so worn out and you're seeing situations, and it may be family related as well, as where you were in this kind of like mystical trance almost, to where you couldn't see those individual people for what they were. You almost like when you're a child and you see mom as mom, and then when you grow up you realize that mom is actually her own person making her own decisions. She's just like you, doing what you're doing. You don't separate that until you're old enough to understand that. But until then, you're kind of stuck in that loop of not understanding that. If that makes sense. So it's like you're seeing everything with a fresh set of eyes, with a lack of so much naivety tied to it. And so again, you go in hermit mode. You're like, okay, so now I gotta process all those things that I just saw, all the things that I just had to witness and see and was forced to look at with open eyes. And I think it's overwhelming to a Pisces. It really is, because you, like I said, you guys just want to stay in this very like happy kind of state. You don't want all the turmoil and stress and bullcrap that's happening around you to be happening. It doesn't sit well with you and you don't like it. It makes you feel really uncomfortable. So when you had to then be forced to sit down and look at the situation for what it is, it was even more uncomfortable, because you're like, God dang, when am I ever gonna win? So yeah, I really feel like that's what you're dealing with right now. There's a dismantling of all the personal relationships you have around you. May not even be close personal relationships. It could be people who are external to you, but because you're so observant that you're seeing all of this happen, and you're just like, wow, like I really see the situation for what it is. Ooh, wow, we have a King of Sword now upright. So we have a pair here. The King and the Queen of Sword. So I think that we had another card and I didn't even see him. One second. There it is. The Fool card in reverse. Lord have mercy. Okay, so now that you cycle through this Ten of Cup energy, which is all about having that emotional fulfillment not met, who have not even been emotionally fulfilled in the situation at all, like at all, you go in this King of Sword energy. King of Sword upright is all about being discerning. It's being, and again, that's Aquarian energy, and we are cycling into the Aquarius energy, to where we are going to be more discerning. We're going to detach emotionally from things. We are going to be more discerning of what we want around us, who we want around us, what energy we're going to allow into our presence. We're going to be mindful of how they're impacting us mentally, spiritually, every single sense that they can impact us, how they're impacting us. We are going to be more willing to detach from things and cut things out that don't serve us anymore. But we are going to do it with grace, and we're going to do it with kindness. We're going to look back at this person and go, you know, this is why I'm going to, and these are very they communicate. I can't speak through your whole reading, Pisces. I feel like that is your energy. You can't speak. You can't even find the words. Just describe how I'm feeling right now. Is what I feel like. That's some heavy energy, dude. Like, geez. So, I need to get a drink of water. They're very communicative of how they want to do things or why they're doing things. We will explain it to the upteenth. As you can see, I over-explain things at times. And that's what makes things complicated. But at the same point in time, you're going to know what the hell and why the hell. Like, the air signs, all the air signs pretty much we don't mess around. We really, really don't. We're going to tell you how we feel and what we think of the situation. And if you don't like it, that's just what it is. Sorry. I can't do everything for you. I can't baby you and coddle you and hold you. That's not what this is. So And that's followed with the death card. And the reason why I'm saying that you're going to start cutting is because death is all about transformation, shedding things we don't need anymore in order for us to prevail and then evolve. We have to do those things. So it's like you're harnessing that Aquarian energy and you're like, yes, now it's time. I have to dismantle in order to build. I have to release in order to evolve. This is the only way to go. This is the healthiest way to go about it. And like I said, Pisces can be very conscious about what they are doing with their energy and what energies are around them. Maybe not so much at a younger age, but as they get older, they become more conscious because of the things that they've had to go through in order to learn those lessons. So when they learn those lessons, they're impactful and they stick with Pisces. They really do. Met quite a few Pisces, and the things that they've gone through have been so impactful to them that it sticks with them. They remember it for the rest of their lives. They will never forget it. They may not talk about it, but they remember it. So we have the Nine of Cups here with the Fool card in reverse. It's like, okay, so I didn't get what I wanted out of the situation, most definitely. And now I know it's not coming in the way that I wanted or what I wanted at all. So should I even take this leap of faith? Should I even move forward? And like, maybe there is another opportunity that comes in towards you and you're unsure. You don't know if you want to do it and take any risk anymore. Because up here, when you did take the risk, it blew up in your face. You're like, I don't know what to do at this point anymore, which is completely understandable. Like, that would turn anybody off and put a bad taste in their mouth. They'd be like, I don't know about that. I might not take that path. So I completely understand that, most definitely. Because at some point, like I said, we're trying to use discernment now because we don't want to feel that anymore. We don't want to feel that heavy emotional energy that we just went through and cycled through and shed and did all those things. But we have a beautiful Ace of Cups coming in for you. That one's up right. That's an emotional opportunity, emotional fulfillment, where your cup overfills and overflows. It's not about anybody else. It's about your cup. So your cup is getting filled. You're being offered something that's going to give you emotional advance and emotional fulfillment. It may require you to shed a lot of the beliefs that you had in the past towards something, shed that away. Get rid of that, because those beliefs that you did have, wow, someone might actually be offering you a connection, but it's unorthodox. It's not something that's traditional, if that makes sense. It's not a traditional way of doing things at all. Fighting, creeping me out. Sorry. It's not an orthodox way of doing it. Or maybe the way that they ask you is unorthodox, or maybe the way that it comes about is unorthodox. But to you, it's something that's not within your comfort zone, Pisces. If that resonates. It's not within your comfort zone. And so you don't know how you feel about the situation. And you don't know what to do with the situation, but there's quick communication with this individual, definitely. Tower. So and again, with the towers, they're not negative. They're definitely not negative. They can be, in my eyes, I don't think them to be negative at all, actually. There's something that needs to happen. My God, in judgment. Oh my God, Pisces. Woohoo! So you put in a lot of work on yourself. I know that for sure. Cycling through that, because the Hierophant wouldn't be here unless we have put in a lot of work and effort. Like I said, those lessons build us as people. So after doing all this work and everything, something else cycles in that's good for you. The Tower moment is here with the Judgment card. So it's like you're trying to make a decision on what you want to do and what choice you want to make, especially with the Fool card being there as well. You're trying to decide what path you want to take next, because you're like, I've finally figured it out, I've done this, and then this person comes in and offers you this connection. This it doesn't even have to be a romantic, it could be a friendship, it could be a partnership, like within work, anything along those lines. But it kind of, like I said, you have that bad taste in your mouth still regarding connections like this. So you're like, what do I do? What do I want to do? How do I want to handle the situation? Like, how do I want to go about handling it? And you don't know what to decide, but the Judgment call is all about, it's almost like a yes or no. It's like, what do I want to do? What do I want to decide to do with this? And the reason why it is the Judgment card, I feel as though, especially with you, is because you do feel like this is life or death. Because you've already gone through so much. So am I willing to sacrifice all the things that I've just built up, if I have to start a new beginning with this? Wow. That's completely understandable. We can't always stay where we are, though. You gotta move past it. Like I said, you gotta shed that and move past it and learn from it. It's the only way that you can move forward. Yeah. We have a Page of Wands. This is for your future energy, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that in the video. I had to restart on your video, so no, I didn't. But Ten of Wands in reverse. Just starting out strong. That's good energy. Page of Wands is all about looking for new opportunities that spark that fire in you, that make you passionate about life itself again, that make you happy to be you. I want to say it's upright because it's sideways, so we're going to go that way. It's all about having that passion and wanting to, the want to do something. Not because you feel as though you need to do something, but because you want to do something. The Ten of Wands in reverse is all about releasing burdens. And the Knight of Swords upright. Wow. So maybe this is you deciding you're gonna do something new. Or something that... So with this Page of Wands energy, I feel as though you're going to bring in, you know, things that you actually want in your life. And things that you don't need in your life anymore. You're going to see relationships and connections that just don't serve you anymore. You're going to see them clearly. And you're going to make a decision based on... Jesus, I can't talk through your reading, Pisces. Man, it's like you have so much to say now. You have so much to say because you just see everything clearly. Okay, so we have a King of Wands in reverse here, or I'm sorry, King of Coin in reverse here with a 5 of Pentacle upright, and then the 7 of Pentacle in reverse. Jeez Lord. So this definitely tells me that you are maybe dealing with someone who's more wrapped up with the physical aspect of things like money and material things. Whereas Pisces don't really worry. I mean, you guys worry over, you know, the mundane things that everybody worries over, but you don't get obsessive with it. You're not obsessive with it. So you may be connected with someone who could be a partner that you're with right now, or dealing with on and off, that is just, you know, you want to balance this situation out. And maybe the best route to do that is to kind of cut them off, because you can't keep putting into something that you're not receiving on the other end from. And that makes a lot of sense, actually. It's about really taking care of yourself in order to, you know, protect your energy and protect the things around you that you find important. This person is just more consumed with worrying about physical attributes and their reputation and things like that just don't. To Pisces, are just like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you should be emotionally fulfilled and happy. And why can't you see that? And this person's just never going to see this. You trying to explain this to this person, they're not going to understand that because they're too wrapped up and stuck in this one little energy. And that's what they're mainly focused on. Okay. So with the Ten of Wands in reverse, I feel as though I do feel it coming, that you are going to release maybe even this individual. Maybe just talking about this individual as of this point, to where you see like the folly and staying in the situation and in the connection, because it's not going to serve you. This person has, and it's not as if this person is a bad person. I don't think this person is a bad person at all. I just think, like I said, we get stuck in these loops. We get stuck in these things where we think it's important, and we no longer see the importance of what we were originally trying to do in the situation. We lose sight of that. And I think that's what happened with this individual. And I think you understand that as well. I think you see that, Pisces, but at the same point in time, you realize I can't stay around and wait for you to pull your head out of your butt. Like, I don't have time for that. You're leaving behind these burdens are people. Page of Wands in reverse is someone who's inconsistent, who can't consistently give as much as you're giving, can't keep up with what you're doing, can't keep up with your evolution, with your change, with your transformation. They can't keep up with that. Now, with the Eight of Cups being here in reverse, you're not emotionally releasing this yet, though, and I don't think that you will. I think it's going to take you a good amount of time to release this person. And I really don't enjoy the fact that people don't think Pisces understand that. Pisces understand emotions and connections, like I just said in the beginning. You guys understand these things, and I think it's going to, with the Nine of Swords being here upright and the World card, a new beginning is coming in for you, and you can feel it coming in for you. But at the same point in time, it bothers you so much that you have to drop somebody in order to do that. It doesn't sit well with you that you have to drop someone to do that. You don't enjoy the fact that you are going to have to do that, but you have to understand that this person is never going to meet what you're trying to do. And it's because they're on a different path than you are. Your path is now going in another direction, whereas theirs is going into a whole different arena. You guys just have to just decide and make that choice to move away from each other. This person might not take it as well as you're going to take it, though. I don't think they will. I honestly don't. I think that they're going to be really upset about the situation. They're not going to understand why you're walking away. They're going to really honestly think that it's a personal attack when it's really not. I don't think you're trying to make it a personal attack or turn it into something that is vindictive or hurtful. I think you understand that it is going to come off that way, and maybe that's why you're in that Nine of Swords energy, where you're not getting very much sleep. You're stressing out about it. You have high anxiety about it. You're stuck in your head about it a lot, to where you're trying to figure out how you want to go about doing this and starting this new beginning. But the new beginning is coming. The World card is here. It's coming. So there's no way of avoiding this, because it's already the catalyst has already started. The ball is already rolling. It's already started. And this person may be blindsided by it as well. I don't think this person is going to see it coming at all. So yeah, I really think that it's important for you to be mindful of that. I really, really do think that it's important for you to be understanding of the situation. And I feel as though you will approach this with compassion and understanding. I really do feel as though you will try to do the best that you can within that situation, to approach it with a kind heart and an understanding soul. That's the beautiful part about Pisces. You guys really do have depth to you. A lot of people may think that you don't, but you do. Okay, so Jesus Lord. Okay. Oh, the Two of Cups again upright. Oh Lord. Lordy, lordy. Alright, well, let's sift through this. So the Two of Cups is here twice. So you have a connection that's either with this individual person, or it's a new person that you're around and you're dealing with that's in your midst now. And I don't know if I don't think you're holding very much stock in this. That's what I'm going to say for sure. You want to offer your cup with the Knight of Cups being here. You want to offer up love, or maybe even just a friendship or connection, you know, a deep connection, a deeper connection than the superficial connections that you make with others. With the Page of Cups and the King of Cups being in reverse here, I just don't think you're emotionally ready to do that yet. You're not emotionally ready to immerse yourself into things like this yet, at the moment being. I think you're trying to really just find yourself again and balance yourself and stable yourself out, which I think is very important. I think is a very good idea for you to be mindful of that as well, and I think you are being mindful of it. You're being very mindful of it. And like I said, I love the fact that you're just so conscious and you have so much clarity about the situation itself. As much clarity as you think you're lacking in the situation, you actually are seeing it for what it is. You're seeing exactly what you need to see about the situation. You just feel as though you're not seeing it for what it is. I think eventually, though, there is someone that you were leaving out in the cold, like you were leaving them out. You weren't really involving them in your personal life, your personal details of your life, okay? Because you weren't, like I said, you weren't ready to really explain this situation to this person. With the Five of Pentacles being reversed, though, I feel as though you will bring them out of that. You will give them more information on what's going on within the situation. Or you, again, are gaining more clarity about yourself. Just yourself. And in the process of doing that, you're bringing in like-minded souls. They understand where you're coming from because they've been through the same things you've been through. They understand what you are trying to do. Like I said, it doesn't have to be something that's romantic. It could be just a friendship that is blossoming. And the more and more you connect with that person, that more and more that person connects with you, you see the beneficial attribute of them being a part of your life. But you are seeing so clearly now. It's so crystal clear to you. All of that noise and all that mess that was going on in the past and all the stuff that you had to cycle through, once all of that clears away and the dust settles, you're going to be able to see everything for what it is. And the people that you need to have with around you in order to really focus in on, again, doing better by yourself. You know, it's very important. So with the Knight of Swords being here upright, someone's coming in and communicating with you, and it's very quick, direct communication. Very, very direct, though, and it's very quick communication. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my god, so many cards. Okay. Woo! So anybody that you were dealing with, you gonna let them know. I think this King of Wands is the person you were dealing with in the past that was just very inconsistent. They couldn't consistently. So this is the conversation that you're going to have with this individual. It is coming. You will have the conversation. You will explain to them, firstly, the issues that I'm having within this connection is all this work that I'm putting into, I'm no longer doing that anymore. I'm not going to keep sacrificing myself for you. I am not going to continue to do, I expect equal give and take. I expect that. And I will protect myself and what I've put in my emotional state and my mental state and all of those things. I will protect my heart. I will protect myself. And if you can't give me that, then that's your problem. At this point, you don't care anymore. Because you know what you, like I said, there's so much quick clarity that it's just like, now I need to go and do what I need to do. And like I said, it's going to be quick communication for you. Because you have so much to say that now you're going in and you're implementing that and you're bringing in that information to that person. The Emperor here, I love that energy because it's about ruling over your own kingdom and what you've built, overseeing all of that, having complete control over what's going on in your life. You're not giving that control to anybody else anymore. You're not handing that over and going, yeah, you can have that. You feel comfortable with controlling your own life and what you decide to do, your decisions, not anybody else's. With the Eight of Wands being there and the King of Wands, like I said, it's like you're coming to this person and letting them know, I'm no longer going to have anxiety about it because here's the Nine of Swords again, but it's in reverse. I'm no longer going to have sadness and anxiety and pressure and all these things connected, that all these negative things. I'm no longer having that. And the Eight of Cups upright is your last card out. Emotionally walking away from something, emotionally walking from a situation that just wasn't right for you. And the reason why it wasn't right for you is because it was emotionally draining and it was hurting you. And this Two of Cups, whoever this is, it doesn't matter what kind of connection it is, was basically the segue of opening your eyes clearly. And maybe you need to sit down and have this conversation with this other individual, or hear a story that they've went through, or something they've walked through that's very similar to what you've walked through, and it's given you the clarity to be able to process the situation and do what you need to do. But at the end of the day, you're going to do what you need to do, and that's beautiful. And Pisces, that's something that's very, you need to respect your emotional boundaries and your mental boundaries. You had to respect that because it's very delicate within a Pisces. You wouldn't think that it is, but it is. You guys have depth to you, and a lot of people don't think you do, and that's why they're not mindful of how they're approaching you and speaking to you and treating you. But now it's time for you to put your foot down and be in your power. And that's great. I love that. That's really good. That's really, really good. And I'm really proud to even have read that for you and kind of sort of been a part of it. To see the it's such an overall transformation, and I don't even think you realize until it's done and you stand back and you see, you know, once that energy is gone, once that negative bullcrap that was holding you back is gone, you're gonna look back and go, oh my god, like, I cannot even believe that I was in that situation allowing that to happen. And like I said, we all get caught in that. But sometimes we have to actually physically walk through each step in order to realize how detrimental it was to us and how hard we had to work to pull ourselves out of it. And then it will stick with you for the rest of your life. And then you get to pass that lesson on to somebody else behind you. And that's what's so beautiful about learning and growing and evolving. Because then you can help another person behind you that you didn't even realize that you were going to help. Whew, that was a heavy reading, Pisces. But you know what? It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do, and you understand that. Out of anybody, you understand that. I got to do what I got to do. Take care of me. Because me is all I have. 7 of Swords on the bottom, upright. So somebody, whoever this person is, the person you need to release them, because they're not about it at all. They're not about helping you take care of yourself. They're not about caring about you. They're about themselves. And that's really crappy that they can stay in that energy and they can do what they need to do. Like I said, I don't think this person is a bad person. They just got caught in a cycle that they refuse to release, whereas you're moving on and releasing your cycles. Like I said, I wish you luck on that, Pisces. And I really do believe that you'll be able to do what you need to do. I'll catch you within the next 2 weeks. I'll have your new reading, and hopefully you've cycled through all that energy. You're bringing in nothing but good. Again, I love you, and I wish you the best.